Well, that was weird. How is everyone this evening? It's good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. Welcome, welcome, one and all. I hope you're all having an absolutely fantastic week this week. It is I, Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver. Yes, both of them. Thank you. Goodness gracious. I'm glad you're here, everybody. I really am. Welcome to the show. It is Tuesday night, and Tuesday night, at least for the Tuesday that is this one, means we're going to be playing some first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And this isn't just for your entertainment, but also for your education. And I really hope you guys will enjoy this. So let me tell you a little bit about what we do. There we go. Nice red color. That's how it should be. Let me tell you a little bit about what we do. But before I do that, I would like to ask you, if you're tuning in for the first time, if you're just checking things out and you're not exactly sure what it is that you're doing, let me ask you a favor. Click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications to find out more about all of our live streams that we do, our interstitial videos that we do, our little newsy stuff, all that sort of stuff that we do. And that is super duper helpful. And if you're watching this video in the future, if you're tuning in, if you're like, hey, I'm going to check out his live stream comment, this one, and you watch it long enough and you're like, hey, I like that, click that thumbs up button. That is also super duper helpful. But here we find ourselves again. Sorry for the very quick, I had to dash out last night. The pumpkin pie cheesecake successfully made. It is in the fridge awaiting knives and forks. So that's a thing that's happening. Oh, and I did want to mention, we literally, as I was saying goodnight last night, Wave of Mutilation through a super chat. Wave, I don't know if you're out there, if you're catching this on a replay or something, thank you very, very much for the super chat. I really, really do appreciate it. So let me tell you a little bit about what we do when we play AD&D. In case you weren't aware, you might think, hey, this is just like, anything else, Critical Role, Dimension 20, whatever like that. I'd like to think we're a little different. I'd like to think we're a little bit more accessible. And here's how. First of all, this is AD&D as it comes out of the book. Audio, let me see. It's echo cancellation, maybe? Anyway, so AD&D this is a play it as it lies, no dice fudging, no saving characters because dramatic moment. First edition AD&D. We've had a fair few characters not make it in this campaign, but we pick up and we carry on. We don't do table reads. We don't have script writing sessions. We don't have seasons, or specific character arts that have to be played out. If you do in your game, that's fine. We don't do that around here. The next thing is, maybe you're watching this, maybe you played AD&D a long time ago and you're thinking about playing again. Maybe you're playing AD&D right now. Or maybe you've never played AD&D, but you're thinking about getting into it. Regardless, if you have a question, if you're sitting out there in audience land and you have a question, I want you to feel free to ask me that question. Just swing in and into the chat and ask your question. You don't have to super chat. You don't have to throw a donation. It's not just for memberships only or patrons only. I want you to jump in here. Kabuki, I've got a question for you after the live stream. Thank you for stopping in. But I want you to feel comfortable asking a question about what's going on screen. If I don't answer it, if I miss your question, if I just, if it's something that's a little bit more that I have time to get into, say in the middle of a battle or something like that, then somebody in the audience may have an answer for you. Because, guys, I have the smartest and the best looking audience of all of the 5-night-a-week classic tabletop RPG live stream shows on YouTube and X, formerly Twitter. That is just so. And see, we've already had a question. Zachary Melvin asks, what came before 2-hit armor class 0? What is the alternative? Tables. We have charts. Very easy to read charts. The charts were in AD&D. They actually are in basic D&D, although I know basic, uses either. They were in original Dungeons and Dragons, and also there's matrices and chainmail, although chainmail is a little different. And Dooms did a video on that. That's right, by the way. I should point that out. Everybody, check out Doomsword's YouTube channel. I'll let him remind us of what it is. And speaking of YouTube channels, well, you know what? I'll get to that when everyone rolls in. We're waiting on one more player to rock into the game here. I'm looking forward to that getting started. But that is what I want you guys to feel comfortable doing, asking questions. Just hop in and ask questions. And Orbital Air says 2-hit armor class 0 is just the algorithm used to calc the number in the charts, but it's not in first edition AD&D. But again, Doomsword has a great video about that, because we get into repeating 20s and things like that, and it gets a little gets a little more esoteric. But his video, which I am eager to see, I am told addresses that. I've been busy this evening, so. Rabbit Wrangler says, today a woman accused him of being 38. Is that more or less than what you are, Rabbit? Is that an insult, or is that a compliment, or how exactly was that working out for you? But anyway, now, normally I would say, oh, hey, it's at the 10-minute mark. Let's jump right in. And we are going to jump in just a minute. But to our new folks who've just subscribed and are watching, I'm going to star this real quick. I see your question, Jay Tyler, and I'm going to come back to you. But for new subscribers, I said normally we play AD&D on Tuesdays, and we do. December is going to be downtime for me. I'm going to be working on a few different things, as well as working on enjoying the holiday season. So if this is your first live stream, trust me, you have plenty to go back and watch over the holidays. You can binge watch Delver's Dungeon while you're on Christmas vacation. Doesn't that sound like a wonderful way to spend the holidays? We are doing one more regularly scheduled live stream on Friday when we play Gamma World. We're playing Albuquerque Starport the classic first edition Gamma World module. And so we will be in we will be in for that. And the week after that is, of course, the week after that, December starts next week. I will be doing daily videos, assuming that my Advent dice calendar gets here in time. But I will kick them off on the 1st of December, and just little short videos where we pop open the dice calendar and I show off the dice that I got. And then every week there will be one live stream video, and we will have a holiday gift drawing on the live stream video for you guys out in the audience. And if you want to participate in that, you need to be in the audience. You need to say that you want your name in the hat, as it were, and we will proceed apace, but I will let you guys know. Now, there was a question here. Oh, Dia Disability, thank you very much. Thank you so much for the super. I really appreciate that, brother. I do. But I want to answer Jay Tyler's question here. He says, do I add segments to initiative for spellcasting? Yes. Yes, I do. That is an important element of the mechanism of spellcasting in AD&D. It is why a wizard casting the spell of absolute certain death and total destruction is not necessarily the end of the world as everyone knows it, because if that spell takes 10 segments to cast, and I rolled a 6 for the bad guys or I rolled a 1 for the bad guys initiative, and the party rolled a 6, guess what? That spell ain't going off before the party can potentially hit him with arrows, throw a rock, do something not counter spell like you might know it from modern D&Ds, but like blast him with magic missiles, or dispel magic or something like that to nullify that spell. Silence 15-foot radius, always a handy defensive offensive spell. So there's absolutely spell segment counting, and I thank you for asking me that. Dungeon Minister asks, anyone know why your bleeping computer won't accept the RAM you just bought? That's another channel. that's another channel. But anyway, so we are fully locked and loaded. And last week's game, let me tell you guys what ended on a hilarious note, and I'm looking forward to recapping that with you guys. So let me just put my headphones on, and I'm going to bring my super cool group of adventurers in. So everybody, please, we were just talking about this guy. Say hello to Doomsword Deathmaster as Durek Donagard.
What's up?
You, man, you. Oh, I need to address something right now. Someone's been in here playing with my branding. But anyway, let's welcome back Kevin as Don Drexel, Magic User 4, Thief 5.
Greetings, programs.
We have D&D Disability as Holder, the Cleric.
Greetings, all.
And by the way, I should point out, D&D Disability actually has a YouTube channel. You can find him at D&D Disability here on YouTube. Great content over there. You guys should absolutely check that out. And there it was. Everybody say hello to Mark as Winulf, the half-orc fighter 5th. And finally, last but not least, we have Graph Paper Architect as Malf, the 5th level Dwarven fighter.
Nanu.
Oh, that was an odd pronunciation of that. He's not a fifth level dwarven fighter. He's a dwarf who is fighter level 5. He goes out and finds fifth level dwarves to fight. All right. So last week ended in absolute wackiness, and I have to say, of all the D&D sessions I played, it was probably one of the most fun, ridiculous, retro stupid moments. The party was cornered inside the slavers' stockade. They have set themselves against the terrible slavers and had once again infiltrated their stockade, dealing them yet another blow by slaying another one of their captains, in this case, a dreaded Medusa, and only having one character member end up screwing up and getting turned to stone, not even during combat, I might add. The party knew that a daylight run through the open parade grounds and gates and whatnot might spell their end at the hands of the gnolls approaching the walls. So I believe it was Durek who quaffed a potion of growth. The entire thing grew an additional 24 feet in height, which put him at 30 feet tall, scooped up the other party members, tucked them in his backpack, and ran for the gate, clambering over the inner gatehouse and the outer curtain wall, meeting up with your men-at-arms, who were just awestruck at Durek, now larger than a titan, running across an open field, arrows whizzing past him, and escorting them all out of the area of danger. And so you find yourselves in the wilderness once again, between the slaver stockade at your back and Barnacus, some days travel in the fore. However, it is still the day, and you have much yet to do. Let me just real quick here. Starblazer says, you're genuinely curious if I think the AD&D spell system is broken or not, and how do I feel about having to memorize spells and don't house brew this. I use the AD&D system as written. I don't regard it as broken for AD&D. It may not work for all fantasy RPGs, but I think it's a perfectly cromulent system for first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And I do not homebrew it. Some spells I have made adjustments on permanently. Identify, for example, is one of them, but we'll see that as it comes up. So hope that answers your question, Starblazer. Gentlemen, what are your intentions? And Durek, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say a quick point on the spell restoration of AD&D. It's actually kind of one of my favorite things. And if you're coming into this from, say, 5th edition, it's kind of like a short. If you could use a short rest to just get, say, your 1st and 2nd level spells back, which is really useful in AD&D when you only have 1, maybe 2 1st level spells. So I don't know. I like it. Even when I play basic fantasy or something, I still use those rules.
Yes, the spell recovery system in AD&D is a very it's more flexible than people think. All right, so party. Let's see. You have escaped the immediate vicinity. Durek, are you going to keep on trucking as long as? Well, I mean, the potion will wear out when it wears out, and you've got, I believe at this point, you've got about 40 minutes of it. So you guys are just putting the hammer down, right?
Yeah, that's the idea, and I think you're correct. At least that's what I last remember. The idea would be to stop well short of that. Like the rule of thirds. 30 minutes. I'm done with that. Get the people out of the backpack and settle down, get comfortable, and wait for the retransmogrification to happen.
Okay. So yes, you are going to debigulate at the appropriate time. It would probably behoove me to do this. And your movement rate while you are currently imbigulated is going to kind of depend on your size. Let me open up. Open those, yes, please. So we're going to treat you as a Titan. Remember that, okay? Denzel Washington told me to, anyhow. All right, so treating you as a Titan, because you are 30 feet tall. You are as tall as a really tall Titan at this point. Movement rate, yeah, 210 yards around. And you're going to go for 3 turns, which a turn is 60 minutes or 60 rounds. So doing a little bit of calculator work here. That's 210 times 60 times 3. Yes, in 30 minutes, you're carrying your friends, men-at-arms, all that jazz. You're going to move almost an entire Greyhawk hex. You're going to get like across 2/3 of a hex, which ain't bad. that ain't bad. And I presume someone has the outdoor map. So you are saying left, go left, go
Bill.
left at the big hill. Yes,
Bill, a turn is not 60 rounds. A turn is 10 rounds, right?
A round is a minute.
And
a
turn is
10 minutes. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
my apologies there. I was confused.
We were
I
definitely
appreciate
trucking if we were going that far.
Yeah. All right. So not
Let
quite that
make
fast.
the math mistake. It's fine.
I know. I was sitting here going, should I let him make the mistake? Maybe.
All right. So
I'd take
divide that.
I think the clock is slow.
Divide that by 6. So you can go a 1/6 of that distance, but that's still a good
1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a good 4 miles.
Yeah, we're not quite out of immediate pursual range from the fort, but we're getting there. Like,
you are getting there, and that's what we'll have a quick gander at. It's gonna be really difficult for you guys to lose them while he's Titanic's sized, but there's also the matter of staying ahead of them.
Right, and I believe we were just between us or whatever. I believe we were closer last time because this isn't the first time we've been chased out of this place. I believe we were closer to them last time and just on foot the whole way and made it out of there.
All right, so let's have a quick gander at pursuit.
Trivial pursuit?
Well, that depends on how these dice roll goes. It's
8
interesting.
griffins and 7 giant weasels.
And an owl bear.
I take the griffin.
And an owl bear. Weasels ripped my flesh. Riz. All right, the pursuit are faster than the pursuers. Yes. All right. Oh, that's underground. All right. Outdoor settings. Base chance of evading pursuit outdoors. All right. There's that. Pursuits add 10. Forest or mountains. Ooh, that's, well, even if we only, so. It is daylight, so here we go. Here we go. All right, so again, you're 30 feet tall, but there are still some trees that come up to the top of your head. You're moving at 210 yards around. Your pursuers, mostly gnolls, you would presume, are probably not as fast as you. Yeah, so do me a favor, we'll start I tell you what, well, Dooms, we'll start with you. Roll initiative, please.
Certainly.
Hey guys, if these gnolls chase us, I vote we jump the dwarf off the back of the cart and see if he squishes one.
That sounds almost
I
violent.
would give you guys a catapult shot, but I would let graph paper roll it.
If I'm durable enough not to break, you could just go bowling for gnolls.
Well, we'd make a crushing blow check. Did you roll, Dooms?
I did, and it was a 3.
It was a 3. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Am I seeing?
Ooh, did you have your dice up? I didn't see it on screen.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the screen either. Let me rectify that. We have an on-screen die roller we like to use with some.
And remember, we don't need the dwarf's arms or legs. We just need him alive. Actually, we don't even need him alive.
Well,
chances are your bag of goodies would break off.
Well, but we're trying to stone to flesh him, not resurrect him, right? Because we have the scroll.
Exactly.
So he'll just be maimed when he goes back.
No, well,
Exactly.
I think between us all, we can probably figure out. We could probably figure out a combat wheelchair. That's a normal thing.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I have a whole video
no.
devoted to that.
Yes, sir.
I
All right,
approve of that idea, Doomsword. Thank you.
You guys rolled a 3 for initiative. The gnolls rolled a 4. You start to outpace them, despite the fact that they're moving first. You're staying a good bit ahead of them. So, by the way, the dice aren't broken. For those of you watching at home, the dice are not broken. That is actually a. Oh wow. Okay. All right, you go tramping into the woods. You duck into some tall trees, moving as quietly as you can, and you continue trucking for the next 20, 30 minutes. And I'm not going to say nothing's pursuing you, but nothing is catching up with you. Looking back over your shoulder, you don't see any gnolls through the patches of trees or anything like that. You think you've gotten to a point where you can you can put your backpack down, set down the cart, set down the horses, set down the men-at-arms, because they have not caught up with you.
Onward, then.
All right, so after a very bumpy and smelly kind of 40 minutes or so inside the backpack of Durek, he sees eye to eye with you guys again. And so you deposit Mouth in the cart and proceed to go on your merry way back towards the distant town.
I apologize for the rough ride. At least this had utility. We must still make haste.
Indeed. Does anyone need healing? I do still have one more spell.
My wounds are but superficial. Good cleric.
I'm fine.
0
Does
defects
he
here.
find? Okay. I mean, mine are superficial as well, but I mean, 2 hit points is 2 hit points. So I'll just go ahead and, unless you've got more than 2 hit points of damage there, Dooms.
Yeah, I have 7. But I mean, I figure if we
Okay.
keep going, then absolutely, yeah. Well, I'll take the healing. I can lay on hands.
Take the
too,
3.
following day. Thank you.
Yeah, just take the 3.
All right, so the rest of the first day of travel away from the Slaver's Stockade is uneventful. You manage to evade any further pursuit by your pursuers, and they don't they don't find you, which is strange because you left giant footprints in the ground, but the gods must be with you with that die roll anyway.
Well, they very quickly became tiny footprints, so that could probably throw off,
Yeah.
anybody. Question, Bill.
Yes.
If I'm sitting in a wagon doing nothing, does that count as resting?
As far as like
Gaining
for
spells
regaining
back.
for regaining spells, unfortunately not.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Just the noise and so on. It's not like you have to be sequestered in a soundproof room, but it's like, think of it like studying for a test.
I've ridden in a wagon. It's not pleasant.
Yeah, I've done so on horseback too. It's
Horseback is more comfortable than wagon, if you ask me.
it's
I guess
more
if you
work.
have roads, it's okay.
Posting is more work though.
Yeah.
If you have to post, it's more work. But yeah, you're right.
Oh,
If you have roads, that's different.
What you just grab your phone and type up whatever you were gonna, and you've posted, right?
Close.
I'm guessing that's
doing squats on horses there, Bill.
eh.
I liked your post.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Am I having an out-of-body experience? Can I haunt anybody while I'm as a statue floating along, following?
No.
Dwarves can't become ghosts, right?
And technically, you're not dead, right? Being turned to stone doesn't actually kill you, does it?
No. It's kind of a state of catalepsy.
Yeah.
He's like the Tin Woodsman. He's sitting there going, "Oil can."
Yeah. It's like, what am I?
And it's
Ale
kinda up
can.
for
Ale can.
dispute, but the Medusa's gaze does extend into the ethereal plane and the after plane, so it's quite possible that some ethereal basilisk will come and eat you.
That's fair.
Or Zorn.
That's fair.
I kind of imagine the astral plane. There's just like a whole lot of inexplicable statues just littering it.
Yeah.
And they're like, what are these?
It's it's that lost astronaut flying through space.
There you go.
How many
Actually,
days
one of my.
travel is going to be back.
Ooh, go ahead, Mark.
I'm not sure if I spoke English there. That was weird. How many days travel will it be to get back to Barnacus?
It will be 5 days counting the current day that you're in. The previous day, the day of your escape, was uneventful as far as your travel.
As far as the party goes, I can produce enough food for all of us.
Cool.
All
I think
right.
there's also food on the cart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about the men at arms and how much we would need. Um, and I remember Mark, you buying a whole bunch of it,
Yeah, there's a bunch on the cart.
right?
I'm a weirdo that likes to track that stuff. So
So do
You are
I. That's
appreciated,
half the
Mark.
game. Yeah, so I assume we make haste, right?
yeah,
About all we can do.
keep moving.
Okay. So who would be riding up front on point, please?
I assume that would be me.
Yeah,
Okay.
and or Winolf.
All right. There is a fairly actually, before I get into that, all right. So, how many of you guys have seen the remake of True Grit?
I have. It was sweet too.
It is. It is one of those rare cases of a remake being exactly as good as the original.
As I say, I've seen the original.
The original's amazing too.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say this: Jeff Bridges delivers "Fill your hand, you son of a bitch" with equal aplomb to John Wayne.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
It is the
So
best line.
there
It is
is-
the best line of that movie.
Coming out of the woods in front of you, and you're not surprised by this.
Good. It's on
Riding
streaming.
very stout-looking horses, there are 6 individuals. They are best described as mountain men. You guys remember the bear doctor from the True Grit remake? I am a dentist. I extract teeth. I acquired this fellow. Would you like to purchase him? He is mostly intact.
I remember Grizzly Adams. I don't know.
All right. So anyway, yes, this group is slowly riding out of the woods in front of you. And the one in the lead holds up his hand, looks over his shoulder, and says something you guys can't make out at this distance. And still holding his hand up, this fellow dressed in skins, furs, whatnot, rides forward and says, I don't recognize you. You are not from these woods, are you?
Seems that
Are
Dirk
you
has
dumb?
nothing to say. No, we ain't from these woods.
Well, this I can see. So, why are you here? We...
Well, I am Derek Dongard. I'm a knight of the Radiant Shield. Why are you here? Certainly up to no banditry, I would suspect. Not by the looks of you.
We are traveling across this land. We go
As are
from
we.
place to place. Our home is far from here. Up
Indeed.
yonder, in the hills, there is an old ruined fort that humanoids have made their place in. They have had much unsavory traffic coming and going. They have, over the last month, been stirred up quite a bit. Are you the ones who've done the stirring?
Indeed, we have.
He leans back, kind of regards you through slitted eyes, leans forward and goes, I salute you.
Very well, and you as well.
He points at Malf in the cart and goes, that is an interesting statue of a dwarf. Would you care to sell it?
Hi guys. I'm gonna like wave like an excited valley girl.
Hello.
Unfortunately, we cannot sell it, for it is ahem. We met a being most foul, and unfortunately it petrified our friend. We seek out the churches in Barnacus to see if they may aid us in this dilemma.
Oh, Barnacus. That is many days' ride yonder.
Indeed it is. We have made the travel many times.
So your friend, he ran afoul of a basilisk or a cockatrice?
I'm afraid it is worse than that.
A Medusa.
A woman. A woman. Beautiful at first sight, but a hag upon closer inspection. With hair as snakes.
I have heard of such creatures, but as I am still doughy flesh, not seen one myself.
Well, he has.
Our lodge is far from here, or I would offer you something. If you are hungry,
He didn't-
we have a small supply of elk jerky that we would sell.
He didn't just see her. He tried to eat her.
Oh ho,
Well,
oh ho. Well, oh, this sets the group chuckling, rough laughter amongst them.
And that can be taken in any context. Thank you, YouTube.
They are not they're not asking you about that context. They're men and women both, I should point out, amongst this small group, but they all laugh equally roughly and heartily at it. You should tell your dwarf friend to be careful what he puts his mouth on. Ha 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 ha.
believe me,
Yes,
we have
Lord
told
bless
him many times. I
Well.
think he might be hard of hearing.
He is now.
This
Well,
guy
certainly.
stops and like
He's
digs in
doing
it.
that.
He digs in his saddlebag and produces a small box and says, "I have here an ointment that he can stick in his ears that will clear up any hearing problems they might have. I would sell it to you for, say, 10 pieces of silver."
There are two questions that I would have. One, is it capable of disintegrating wax? Two, is it capable of of destroying stupidity? Three, is it capable of melting stone into mud?
It does not harm stone, as far as I know. As far as stupidity goes, nature is the best teacher I have found. But it might clean out wax in the ears.
Well, unfortunately, we have no use for that right now, my good sir. So we
Some-
must pass.
Somehow, I still think the dwarf's nature has changed for the better, as nature has, well, run its course.
Scratches his big bushy beard.
I'll speak up and say that I'll buy the ointment. Just in case.
You have a good eye, my friend. He rides his horse over and he holds his palm out and holds the box out.
All right, I hand him 10 of the 16 silver I have.
Please
Okay.
be careful using your Dantex.
How do I
Side
how do
effect
I
makes
apply
you
this?
death.
Do you put it on your finger and stick it in the ear, or does it have to be brewed, or what's the point of this?
No, you just stick it in your ear.
Ah, okay. 1 jar of ear ointment.
Yes.
Do not use if allergic to ear Dantax.
May cause skin failure. Could cause explosive head doubling.
Thank you, kind sir, and hopefully it will help our friend here or others later.
I hope that you find some use for it. Me and my kin will ride on. If you come back this way and we see you, we will have to break bread together.
Indeed. It would be an honor.
I'm looking forward to it.
It may be that we see you before you see us, and if that is the case, then we will let you know where we are. And with that said, they ride on unless you guys have any more questions for them.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Fair travels.
He looks over his shoulder and narrows his eye. What did you say about bears?
He said good night.
Huh. All right. They continue on.
If we find a harpy's nest, I want to take that box of ear medicine and put it near the harpy's nest and label it earplugs.
Okay.
Just for the next person that comes by and uses it.
Ah, I see. All right, so the rest of the day is uneventful, and the forest begins to thin out and give its way to very rough, broken scrublands. And you can see the, when you come up on promontories, you can see the ocean plains, coastal plains. That's what I was trying. Coastal plains stretching out before you. By the way, Kevin, if Don Drexel takes the cork out of that container, yeah, this stuff smells absolutely god awful.
Okay.
I mean it is.
So not for the nose, is what you're saying.
Rank. Yeah. You think that it may actually cause earwax to flee.
Okay. I'll note that disgusting vapor.
Disgusting ear ointment. All right, so you've got a couple more days travel. I'm guessing you guys are doing the standard watch thing. Are you gonna prop Malf's petrified body up for a shift?
I generally take last watch, and then we do whatever we do.
Okay.
When
I
else can
think
take
we're
first
just
watch?
Okay.
right on. I think we're just looking to make progress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm writing that down for the next in time I use sirens or harpies to just make sure I place a box of ear ointment and label it earwax for my players.
Oops. Okay. My apologies, everyone. I didn't mean to go radio silent on you there. No, good viewers and listeners, you have not gone deaf. The Dungeon Master stopped talking. Okay, there is a small herd of elk that passes near to your encampment. They give you a wide berth unless anyone wishes to hunt them. They are numerous, though.
I don't think there's any reason for us to
Okay.
hunt them, right?
And no, not that I know of.
All right. Okay, so the pre-dawn shift is yours, right?
Correct.
All right. You're not surprised, but you hear something snuffling around in the scrub nearby in the pre-dawn hours.
Does it sound to be getting closer, or does it seem to just be some sort of animal? And is there any concept of the size of the creature, like smashing thicket and stuff, or?
Yeah, it's not like crushing terrain down, and you don't hear boulders splintering as it walks or anything like that.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, no, it's nothing like that. You do hear a sort of a yipping, barking sound. Sounds like there's a few, but not incredibly numerous. There's kind of a high pitched growling sound. They do seem to be approaching.
All right. Well, I'll jump up and unsheath my sword, grab my shield, and make an awful lot of noise. Ho there! Leave!
All right.
You're overpowered. Okay.
The men at arms, the ones who are basically on alert, as it were, doing alert fives, are jumping up, grabbing spears and shields, and looking out into the darkness, which is, of course, partially broken by your sword. And this is... yeah, maybe a good couple of bow shots away. You can see these small dog-like creatures with yellow-brown fur. Reminds you of gnolls. Actually, you think these are probably jackals, maybe drawn by, the smell of cooked rations or discarded scraps or something like that. They are... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I immediately opened the bottle of ointment.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
All right. They are moving with alacrity towards the party. So, Durek, you've drawn your sword. You've issued your challenge. Anything else you want to do? Just wait till they get there.
Do I have a clear path to one and can see that it's actually an animal or a full-size humanoid?
You can see in the pre-dawn light they are animals. They are four-legged, small, dog-like creatures. They are jackals.
Okay, I'll wait till they get here.
Okay. Don Drexel, you are uncorking your ear medicine.
Yep. I'm going to put it on the ground just as a distraction.
I threw it on the ground. I ain't part of your system. Okay. So you're going to be dumping some air medicine on the ground.
Oh, I'm just putting the bottle in the ground. I'm not dumping it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're putting the bottle on the ground.
Or the jar,
Holder,
whatever it is.
were you sleeping lightly, or are you just kind of rolling over and trying to ignore this, or what?
I presume I'd have my spells back at this point.
Yeah.
Looking at them from where I am, are they humanoid or are they just regular jackals?
No, they're jackals.
Okay. I'll get ready and cast Speak with Animals if they come within range.
Okay. Let's see. Winolf, how about you?
I probably was asleep. How long did it take me to put on my chainmail?
Chainmail will take you a couple of rounds to get on.
Okay, I guess I'm defending from these jackals naked.
Okay, that's fine.
In my skivvies.
All right.
Grab my shield. Grab my sword.
All right, half orc, all buff. All right, so they're trotting in towards you guys. Yeah, they can cover a good distance. So they get about 60 feet away. They're sort of spread out in a semicircle. You can very clearly see them, again, in the pre-dawn light there. So they espy you guys. Do you want to cast Speak with Animals, Holder? And what are you saying to them?
Something the equivalent, I guess. Go away, little dogs. This is not for you. This is more. You are biting off far more than you can chew. I promise you. There's better food elsewhere.
All right. So let's see. Speak with Animals.
3 inches of me. 2 rounds per level. 3 segments. Saving throw none. Yeah. 1 animal within, as I said, a 3-inch radius.
Okay. They're whining and pawing the ground, but they are not. Let's see. You know what? What is Holder's charisma? Tell me that.
Not good. I am not a people or animal or anything person. My charisma's a 9, so no modifier.
Okay. All right. Well, that's.
It's not bad. It's just not good.
No, it's perfectly average. Why does that keep doing that? Hang on. Probably because I keep clicking like 2 10-siders instead of clicking them as percentages. Okay. They lower their ears and they're whining and sort of they're growling and raising their lips, but they're not immediately attacking. The larger of them, and when I say the larger, I'm talking about like the one that is like maybe an inch taller than the others, yips at you, and you understand it. You can understand it, and you know that jackals, they have a kind of intelligence. You know, they're smarter than, say, just a giant rat, something like that.
Or cats.
Or yeah.
Or mouth with a Medusa's head.
Yeah.
So yeah. Curls back his lips and yips to you. Hungry. You got food. Hungry. Please. Food.
Guys, they want food. Surprise, surprise, but they want food. We can feed them and they can leave.
Yeah.
Or I can just dump some water on them and wash them away. What do you think?
Let's give them some food.
If we have enough, I am not against feeding the wildlife, provided that they do not continue to track us and expect for more. As is often the case with beggars.
I can do it for free, if you'd like.
What do jackals eat other than other wildlife?
I'm going to cast, I guess, create food here, not create water.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure it's all pumpkin.
Okay.
You're
There's
welcome.
also various monster bits in Mouth's pack that probably didn't get petrified. It's probably in the wagon.
Let's see.
Why not peanut butter?
Well, do you know what pumpkin does to dogs?
No, I don't. I've never fed a dog pumpkin.
Okay, that's why. That's why.
Is it the non-lethal version of chocolate?
It helps when they're having intestinal backup.
Oh, okay.
It's going to clean them out. It's the equivalent of giving a human horse laxatives.
Okay.
Okay, so
They won't come after us again.
Will they eat it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
That's all I
so
care about.
you summon pumpkin and a few gourds.
It's not
I
even
mean, you know,
midnight.
you're summoning all the pumpkin, and it's, you know, just kind of rolling out there on the ground, and they're sniffing at it, and a couple of them are very gingerly. And they let's see, the create food is how many
6
segments
pounds.
to cast?
6
I'm sorry?
pounds of pureed I thought you wanted the pounds. That would be 6 pounds of pureed pumpkin,
Okay.
which is a lot of pumpkin. And then food is casting time is 1 turn, so they would have to be pretty damn patient.
All right. Well, if you tell them to wait, so your duration on Speak with Animals
Would
is
be
2 rounds of level.
2 rounds of level. So yeah, I would tell them to wait, hang out. They will have all the food they can want if they just simply wait, 10 minutes. Which they have no concept of what a minute is, but
Well, I mean, yeah, their reaction was good enough that they kind of sit and look at you a bit dumbly, but patiently, and they wait. 6 pounds of pumpkins roll out on the ground, and they're kind of sniffing and gnawing at it appreciatively. You can no longer speak Jackal, but they don't seem to be giving you guys any grief and seem quite happy with their take. One of the smaller pumpkins, the Jackal is kind of rolling out his back and sort of, playing with his food, I guess you could say.
Hey, Holder, where do the pumpkins come from? Did you just steal those pumpkins from somebody's field, or is there a plane of pumpkin?
There's a demi-plane where water and earth and the demi-plane of plants meet. That's generally where that stuff comes from.
When the plane of earth and water and plants love each other very much.
Yeah.
I think Linus is sitting somewhere going, "What the hell just happened?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna explain it kind of like I'm opening an invisible attic door, and it's just that's the food that falls out.
I'm not sure if I want to eat your food anymore. I'm a little suspicious.
You're welcome. Well, you see, it's not really made for human consumption.
So
roll it over.
Your crate food water is class D. It's like not for human consumption.
Correct.
Roll one over. It says "Made in China."
Exactly. May contain lead paint.
Yes.
Yeah,
Lead paint and melamine.
These are pumpkins that Steve 1989 MRE info might pass on.
Will not eat. Yes.
It's awesome.
It's the leftover pumpkins from your god that he's like, I don't know what to do with this stuff. It's in the back of the fridge. Oh, here, plop.
He would look at this and go, "Let's get this off of my tray." Nice. All right, so the jackals are dealt with. They, as animals go, they're not stupid. They're not like random deer kind of dumb, so they don't gorge themselves on the pumpkin. But they give you no further problems and move on.
Well done, priest.
It beats being hungry.
It does. Wow. Okay. On the, let's see, that was the third day. This is the fourth day.
Of Christmas?
Yes. No, this is the negative second day of Thanksgiving.
Your true love you too.
So we're supposed to give what 2 times the negative reaction that Thanksgiving would normally bring positively.
I have no idea.
What?
I don't either.
I don't know. I'm still trying to unpack that one myself, Mark.
I have friends that are
Use
mathematicians. And that,
Get Tim back on the stream to try and unpack that one for us.
He's the perfect individual to do that.
All right. I don't know what it is, but let's see.
More jackals?
No, it's not more jackals. Evening of the next day. As you guys, would you travel through the evening until it was absolutely pitch black, or would you go until the sun was starting to go down before you moved on?
give yourself
guys
an hour
tell
or
me.
two to make camp.
Yeah, I think we usually stop around sundown, right?
Okay.
I mean, if we don't,
I mean, you have to pitch horses. You have to pull all the gear, brush them out,
right?
etc. It is work having horses.
All right. Well, the good news is you are not surprised by the sound of howling. It is distant from you, perhaps a little further than your jackal friends had been. Let's see. Was it? Okay.
I bet when those jackals got sick from the pumpkin,
Yeah, they're probably
got
not
their
our
older
friends at this
brothers to
point.
come beat us up.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, sorry about the
this-
X-Lax and the chocolate, guys, but
I call it a landslide. No, these are huge
The statue groans.
wolf-like creatures with brownish gray fur. They have enormous heads, and they are howling and sort of trotting towards you lot. They sort of, you know, you're looking down into a low place, and they're sort of moving up in your general direction, but they're about 200 yards away at this point. They espy you and are equally not surprised by you. And they start to bound towards you. So, what is Durek doing? You recognize these are wargs, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. These are wargs.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that they were basically quadrupedal, which was implied by them trotting. How many? I'm sorry.
There are, how many did I say? There are 7 in total.
Maybe they thought it was hilarious what you did to the jackals, and they're here to say thanks. Talk to them.
Right, and we got them a couple hundred yards away.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold and formulate a strategy until they make their move, and hopefully I will be within charging distance at that time.
Okay. And how about Don Drexel?
he's gonna get his ring ready just in case bad things happen. Right? It's nighttime, right? So
It is sundown.
okay.
And as far as bad things happening, 7 wolves that are a little smaller than small horses are running towards you. So,
Well, I don't. Wild animals annoy me. So as you can tell.
okay, I can tell. Holder.
Well, it worked so well the first time, and considering my character's nature, would I know if speak with animal would work?
They are semi-intelligent. They are of an evil mien.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that you can't try.
That they're still living beings. So by Holder's measurement of what life is, but if that said, because they can already understand common, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to cast Bless on the party, while hopefully discouraging violence.
Okay, so you are blessing the party right now. Bless is how many?
Because they're not in combat right now. So
right, that is correct. They are some
only
distance away.
Yeah, it's the only time I can really cast Bless and have this work. Casting time 1 round.
1 round. Okay. All right. So let's see. Winolf, you just bracing for them coming?
Like, are they going to charge and hit us the next round?
They are bounding towards you at top speed.
Then he's yelling at the hirelings to get that card out of the way and protect it, and he's going to brace his spear for impact. Brace his spear for charge.
The men at arms are getting ready to fight as well, and you're all armored up. By the way, you guys had not done the whole, we're asleep and we're on shifts. Now I'm not going to leave you out of this GPA. You can roll for the men at arms at the appropriate time. You guys have got what, 4 men at arms?
4. They're all wearing plate and shield.
Okay. All right, so they're all armor class 2, and you have them armed with sword and spear. Is that correct?
Sword and spear or bow and spear. 2 are short. 2 have short sword and spear. 2 have short bow and spear.
Okay.
And Rex the Teamster. I guess Rex the Teamster is getting our cart out of the way.
Rex the Teamster is getting the cart behind the skirmish line and then ducking down in the cart, trying to use the dwarf as cover. All right, so let's go ahead and roll initiative. And actually, Kevin, go ahead and roll that because you do well at rolling initiative.
Oh yeah, I'm the best around.
Nothing's ever gonna bring you down.
That's damn straight. Exactly.
I'm glad it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
5.
All right. All right. Okay. So 1 round, Bless goes off. You all feel protected by Bless. They cover a distance of it's a little bit more than 3/4 of the way to you guys. They still have some 30 yards to go to get to you in the next round. Everybody's waiting. You're under the effect of Bless, which is actually a very handy spell. This is the one that I always get confused about. But Bless, 2 hit plus 1, and lower. Curse. So you guys are at +1 to hit now, courtesy of that. Duration.
I apologize. I would also ask with the Bless, you cast it at a certain point, and then it ends up being a 5-inch square radius or whatever.
Yeah, this is 50 by 50. This will definitely cover the combat zone.
Yeah, right. So even if I were to charge toward these guys at 30 yards away.
Well, no, because its area of effect stays the same outdoors or indoors. Range is
right, but he
matters.
can place it wherever he centers it is where it stays. It doesn't. It's not like he casts Bless on himself, and then as long as we're within that range of him, right?
Right. So I guess it comes down to where you cast it. Did you just kind of cast it on the party as an umbrella holder? Did you put it out
That's
further?
what I was
What did
wondering.
you do?
Okay. I'll, assuming these jackanapes are going to charge, no offense, man. I'll put it out in front of the party.
Okay.
Because
so
they are
putting it
jackanapes
down.
and they are going to charge.
Okay. So Durek charging them with a capital C will put you. If you do it before initiative, your charge where they're at now is going to be more than 30 yards away.
Okay. Well, then I won't.
I mean, I'm sorry. It's going to be more. It's going to be more than 50 feet away.
Right. So where it's gonna end is right. It can't affect me now, and then me charge. I'll be outside of the distance.
Correct.
So I'll stay in the area of the blessed then and meet
All
the
right.
charge. I don't have anything to set, but I'll instruct the men at arms. Set your spears.
They are setting their spears. All right. So Winulf, the men are setting their spears. The wolves charge, but the men at arms can loose one volley of arrows each as they charge in. So roll 2d20 for their arrow shots, if you would, please. Graph paper architect.
Can I attack with my sling as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Oh wait, go ahead. GPA, it's on you.
Can I cast prayer?
Prayer. Let's see.
3 segments.
3 segments.
So it's going to go on initiative.
Yeah, that's fine. And let's see. Well, let me click on those. An 11 and a 13. So these are men at arms 0, and these guys are the 13. Maybe not the 11 though. I can tell you that. Let us look at the chart. We have charts. We'll look at the charts. Attack matrices. So these are in 13. One of the arrows comes close, but unfortunately, they do not. Kevin, go ahead and sling your stone.
I'm a boundary item too. Really close.
Yeah. Oh, I had to look that one up. All right. So they are then charging. And basically, here's who's. It's going to be one on Durek, one on Don Drexel. You're not standing up in the front, are you?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, that's fine.
I was on the wagon using my sling.
Okay, Durek gets charged. I know Holder's not up there, so it's Durek, Winulf, and the men at arms. So here we go.
I have protection from evil, of course, for everyone around
yes,
me.
Yes,
provided the evil tendencies equals evil.
These are. I'm sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
And will our spears being long mean that we hit first?
Yes, that is true. And you're they're under the negatives given by your prayer and your bless and your protection from evil. So let's start with our 3 men at arms, or with our 2 men at arms who have spears, and our 1 fighting man who is Winulf, fighting half orc, I should say. So go ahead and roll your attack, Mark.
Okay. I think it's just straight on 11. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't think 11 is going to hit much. It'll hit an AC of maybe 5.
That is actually sufficient. So they are large. That is D8. They charge. That's double damage.
Yes, thank you. Where is my D8? There it is. And I get +2. I do a total of 11 points of damage.
Okay. One of the wolves runs up on it, and it lets out a horrible, sickening cry of rage as its blood splatters out. Let's see. Roll for the spears of the other 2, if you would. Their GPA.
2 spears. D20s to hit.
Just do 1 and 1. That'll kind of keep things.
Let me fix that. Okay. 1.
Let's see. 11. Again, this is a man at arms, but he's getting bless, so that becomes 12. And is prayer adding a 2 hit?
I believe it does.
I think it does.
The prayer is
I wanted to say
-1
+2.
To all enemy, to all unfriendlies, and a +1 to friendlies. So yes.
Okay, so
Plus what's
that
the
is
damage too.
yes, that
Is
is
it
correct. So
damage
that
as well.
is
It just says
a
it says attacks. Is it damage as well?
It says like
Attacks
chant,
and saving
so you have to
throws.
go look at chant. You have to go look at chant to.
Oh, I see. Okay.
all right. So that then becomes a 13, and this thing's armor class is actually lower because it is charging. So let's see. Is a 13, 7. That will hit.
Nice. What do I roll for damage?
It is large, so you're going to roll a d8, or you're going to roll 2d8 and add 1 because of prayer. Oh, that is
12.
Mighty. That is mighty. That thing, yeah, the spear finds its belly and it just tears a horrid gash. Next man at arms, please.
Next man at arms. Blam.
That misses completely. The wolf ducks under and attempts to close its jaw. So let's see. That's all the pole arms you guys had set against charge. So let's start by attacking Durik. You are mighty, so you have 2 attacking you, Durik.
Very well. AC 0, sir.
AC 0. First one. That will not hit you. Second one. That will hit you. So yeah, it just clamps its jaws down and you're kind of staggered backwards a little bit by it, just its sheer weight as it crashes into you, and you take 6 points of damage. All right. So that was 2 on you. Now here is the third one is hitting Winulf. 14 becomes 13.
AC is 2.
Your AC is 2, but there's also prop from evil, so that is 11. Once again, an edge case. You need to look at this. All right. No, that will not hit you. Man at arms number 1 is missed. Man at arms number 2 is missed. Man at arms number 3. 13 his armor class is 2, bless and prayer and prot from evil, a miss. And the final man at arms, he is missed. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, these things crash into you guys. Durik shoves one back with his shield. The other one leaps up and clamps onto his sword arm, but he just kind of shakes that. The wolf falls to the ground. So they are now in amongst you. Let's talk actions. Durik, you're going. I'm sorry, no, we have counterattacks. Yeah, Durik, go ahead and attack.
Very well. A miss.
No, that bumped into my mic stand. Sorry. Next up is Winulf. Or no, Winulf got them with spear. 2 men at arms who have short swords.
That's your GPA.
That's you, GPA.
Not going. Let me try again. Okay.
All right.
There we go.
That hits.
Nice. And it's a sword, so what am I doing? D8 or?
It is a short sword versus
short
large. Yeah, short sword versus large.
6, I want to say.
I know a short sword is nominally a D6. I need to. I happen to have the table right
It's
here.
1d8 for large.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
D8
is
for
one
large.
D8. So yeah, it is a D8 for large. Okay.
Alrighty. Blah.
And
There we go.
stabulate. All right, so 5 points of damage. A natural cut. And
With bonuses for the bless and all that, or is it that just a hit?
the bless lens damage also. So yeah. Next up,
Okay.
that hits. Don't even have to check. That hits. Also a D8 with bonuses. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, so you guys have definitely done some damage to these things. They are fairly howling in rage, pacing around, looking to bite you guys. Now let's get declarations, and I'm guessing Durek, you're going to attack.
Indeed.
All right. How about Don Drexel?
I don't have any spells that work against these things that would be useful. So, yeah, I'm not going to use my sling when they're in melee. That's going to be bad.
Okay. And not going to use your ring when they're in.
Not
either,
yet.
I'm guessing.
If it gets bad, then I'll do that.
Final defensive fire on my position. It's been a lovely freaking war. All right, Holder, you have protected your party.
Yep.
What do you wish to do?
I'm going to inform my friends that they have thusly beaten them, committed all kinds of heinous war crimes, and therefore should stop beating them immediately and let them leave.
I'm sorry, you're saying that to the wolves with a speak with animals?
No, I'm saying that to my friends with a speak with me.
Oh, with a speak. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Winulf,
I'm going to switch to my sword and stab.
All right. And that is going to be all short sword attacks from the men-at-arms, also their GPA. I think we had made it all the way to you, thing. So if you want to roll a D6 for me for initiative.
Absolutely.
I got a 3.
I'm going. I got a 4.
Party got a 4. Party will go first. Let's start with Durek. I'd like to thank everyone hanging out with us tonight.
Nice.
There you go. You redeemed yourself on that one.
Yes, sir. And they're large.
They are large. So this is going to be a
and
D12.
And the prayer gives me a +1 to damage, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a total of +2, 5.
All right, so 5. All right, a little less than average on a D12, but all right. So yeah, you give it a good stab. Let's see, Winulf.
Yep. This is a +4, so 14. I think that'll hit.
That will hit. Yes, at your level, that will hit.
A broadsword is 2 to 7, so this +1, and I get a total of 2. I did a total of 8 points of damage to it.
8 points of damage, and you had done how much to it in the previous round?
11.
11. Okay. Yeah, this thing looks. It's in bad shape. It's still hopping around to attack you, but it's got a front leg that's not really attached by much anymore.
Winulf is just like, go on, get. You want some pumpkin? That guy can get you pumpkin.
All right. So GPA, start rolling those men-at-arms one at a time, please.
I appreciate Winelf at least humoring me.
Okay. All right. So 15, 6 to, that is going to hit. So again, this is a D8. A few more points of damage. Next. That is also a hit. Y'all's dice are on fire tonight.
Yes. A little chip at it.
All right. Next one.
They may be
Another one?
lodestones.
There were only 2.
There's 4 men-at-arms total.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a hit. That one bounced off my live sign over there.
A little chip at it.
It's like you're winning big on the 2-hit rolls, but the damage rolls, not so much. Okay, one more.
11 with bonuses.
Yeah, it's not at a lower armor class it's not disadvantaged by charge, so that will actually miss. So let's deal with the 2 that are currently trying to maul Durek. Looking for holiday shopping? Come to Durek Mall.
The armor polish.
Yes, 17.
Third floor apparel.
16, 15. I'm sorry, what was that?
I said third floor apparel.
Ah, there you go. So that's 17, 16, 15 for protection. That just takes it out of would have hit you there, Durek, on that one. So the next one that is attacking you. Well, that's one better. So that one actually gets you. And that is another bite of 3 points of damage. These things are so ferocious in terms of hit dice and movement and intelligence and all that. And it's like they do the equivalent of 2 rats. All right. So that was 1, 2 there. And Winulf.
Yep.
Yes.
That might hit. Maybe.
For a whopping 4 points of damage. Maybe that's why they come in bunches this big. All right. And so Man-at-Arms. Actually figured out a neat trick here in the die roller. Let's see. So 16, 15, 14. That is the only one close. And that actually 15, 14. His armor class is 2. So that Man-at-Arms is actually bit. And he takes 5 points of damage and screams in agony because that is most of his life's blood.
Yes, all of them have 6. So
yeah.
No. Thrud, the other Thrud, only has 1 hit point left.
No, wow. Dog, no, help. Okay. New round. Gentlemen, I'm guessing we're all doing much the same. Hulder and Don Drexel, anything different?
I'm continuing my prayer and obviously admonishing my party.
Okay. So let's roll initiative, and it is to you, Mark Winulf.
Okay.
I think for this round I'll hold really still.
Good call. Okay. It is tie. Natural weapons, just bite attempts go first. So here's a couple. The 2, that is a miss and a miss.
You didn't kick him because of that joke, did you?
Oh wow, no, he actually. I did not. I'm over here running the game. I did not boot him.
I know. I'm just teasing.
I kicked him, but I broke 2 of my toes.
Oh.
Hey, no. Yeah. He pulled an Aragorn.
Yep.
Wave of Mutilation says, "Oh no, not my blood." All right, so both of those attacks missed on Dick. Good Lord,
silence those
loud
dice.
Clicking. Let's see.
That kind of sounded like somebody peeling a print off of a print bed. That's what that
I'm sorry.
Like.
Yeah. Ooh, Winulf, I think you just got bit again, my friend.
Yeah, I think I did.
I think you bit again. All right, so that was 3 points of damage, and 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Men-at-Arms. A handful of nothing this time. All right, so counterattacks as you like, please. Start with Jurek.
Right on. Still a +3. It's a 22.
Ooh.
-6.
That's solid hit.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Come on, a little bit better damage this time at +2. Nice.
Oh
wow. Yeah, you believe the one you've been the one you had done a little bit of damage to, yeah, you slay it outright. You're like, I'm tired of playing with this thing. Yeet. So wolf is no more. You have turned this wolf into 2 half wolves. Moving along, Winulf.
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 That would be a total of 16.
A 16, so that will hit.
And that's the wrong die. Hold on.
This wolf is in dire condition.
A total of 5 points.
With all the damage that you'd done to it before, that was a coup de grace. You basically mercy killed that thing at this point. So yeah, that is 2 down. Next up, hey, Thane, do you wanna roll for a couple of men at arms? You're just kind of sitting over there.
No, I'm all right. I'm mapping a dungeon.
Okay.
This dungeon?
No.
The outside dungeon. Well, it's nice to know I can hold your attention, or hold their attention, as it were. All right. Okay. So yeah. Go for it, GPA.
Number 1. Bam.
14, 15, 16 will hit. I'm sorry, 15, 16, 17 will hit. All right. Poke. Okay.
Poke.
Next fighting guy.
Miss.
No pile of bone will fix that.
Blam.
That, however, that is a hit. You're bound and determined. What are you trying to strike to subdue?
I don't know. Oh my goodness, he's focused so hard.
Edgewise.
Edgewise. What are you doing?
He's finally listening.
There you go. That's a hit.
Oh, fire.
Hey, there's a little
there we
more
go.
damage. All right.
My goodness.
So, okay. Next verse, same as the first, folks, I'm guessing. Except you only have 1 wolf to deal with now, Derek.
Can Winulf like maneuver to help the men at arms? Maybe even like
they're like right there.
Like interpose himself between the wolf and the one guy that's almost dead.
Yes, you can attack his target and get its attention back.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Much the same. So let's roll initiative, and I think we've come to it's GPA's turn.
I'm going to hold really, really still.
It's a D6.
You got kicked for that joke last time, dude.
I know.
All right.
Hey.
First, so we'll start with Durek. That will unfortunately miss. Yeah, that's all right. Winulf. Show them how it's done. You show them how it's done. Not that they're not holding their own. All right. And this one had taken a little bit of damage.
11 points damage total.
Good God. Okay. That thing had taken like 2, 2, 1 or something like that. So yeah, once again, you have just about hobbled this wolf. It's still gamely trying to fight on. And GPA, you have 3 men at arms to attack with, because the other one is like pushing himself back on the ground, trying to hold his insides in.
That's what I figured. He'd have a morale check. And
12, 13, 14. This is another edge case, but I don't think under this circumstance that will. No, that just misses. He strikes out with his short sword, but it jerks its head back at the last moment. Next guy. Same. They're learning.
They're learning.
That one
a little
hits.
better.
That one actually hits. The third guy does connect.
Jesus.
Little did they know I had replaced their short swords with fly swatters.
Exactly.
You've got
my
that sword
goodness.
backwards. Don't hit him with that end.
Yeah.
He's gonna hit him with a pommel. Oh my
Take
goodness.
them out of the scabbard first.
Yep. I was about to say that.
All right. Okay, so let's see. They have taken quite the beating, but I've already committed to what they're going to do. So let's see. Durick, 15, 14. No, that's not going to hit you. Man-at-Arms numero uno. Appropriate that rolled an uno.
Yeah.
Man-at-Arms number 2. 10 times the biting force, but still doesn't hit.
It's true in binary.
Nom, nom, nom.
Oh.
Oh my god. A 1, a 10, and a 20. That is perfectly spaced out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly average.
Yeah, he looks at he kind of lowers his sword for a minute and looks at Winolf when he comes over and goes, "You really are and takes 4 points of damage.
Oh, he's also pretty good. That's Marcos. Or maybe not for much longer.
All right. Inside you there are 2 wolves. Sorry about the transporter accident.
Not to be that guy, but isn't a wolf going to attack Winolf too?
Yes, I'm getting to you.
Oh, okay.
Not well, not effectively, but I'm getting to you. All right. So, gentlemen, next round, instabulations all around for the wolves, I'm guessing. Let's roll initiative, and it has come back to you, Doomsword.
Beat that.
The party will go
Right.
first.
Huzzah.
The physics show up. I didn't have to beat your initiative roll. I just had to wait for you to do that. All right.
I got friends.
Winolf.
Winolf, +4. Yes, 19 will hit. This is a
Bonk.
+3 damage. He does 7 points of damage.
7. You slay a wolf, and then you pivot to another one.
Okay.
So that wolf has ceased to exist, and we have some men at arms. Unless Kevin, do you want to roll for one of the men at arms? Do you
Oops.
Yeah, I'll roll for one just for the heck of it.
Okay, just scrap
Alright.
that.
No, that is
No,
that is a miss.
you want that
So,
one. All right.
Kevin, roll your
Sure.
roll for one yourself.
There's a 10.
There you go. That's clear miss. And
Totally fair.
Malf,
Are we down 2? Because the other guy took a bunch of damage,
he took a bunch
or
of hits, but he's staying in the fight.
He's still standing just like he ever did.
all right.
Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a dungeon
Like a
kid.
dungeon
And
kid.
That it 13 last time with bonuses that will connect.
Okay.
All right, yeah, just wearing them down.
Pink. Blink.
Okay. All right, in the new round, same thing for you guys.
Are any of those men-at-arms that have been wounded, are they savable, or are they just completely gone?
No. The worst injured of them is absolutely savable. He's bleeding a lot. He's not unconscious. He could still fight even, but
Okay.
Winolf jumped over in front and killed his wolf. So
I'll cast Cure Light Wounds on him then.
okay. So you guys are committed to the same actions as before, I'm guessing, other than the Cure Light
Yes.
Wounds from Holder. Let's go ahead then and roll initiative for me, if you would, Kevin.
All right. Hark.
Rolled a 2.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on. A 2?
So the wolves kind of move back, not immediately retreating, and raise their heads, their wounded, bloodied heads, and let out a throaty howl, and then they are quitting the field of battle.
Do we get any free attacks as they flee?
If you wish to, you may.
Run 'em
all
up, run 'em
attacks.
down. Run
I do
hard.
wish to. Any pluses
Absolutely.
to attack their back or anything?
Let me see. With that, yeah, they're in full retreat at this point. So yeah, you can attack them at +4.
+4. Fantastic. So I'm at
Yes.
+8 on this roll. A 19.
Yeah, that hits.
And
You guys are going to have to like
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
Oh,
He had taken.
I rolled the wrong die the last couple times. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay.
So instead of 2 to 7, I was rolling a D8. Whoops. It's close.
It works out a little higher, but also a little lower. So I didn't catch it either. I think we were all just caught up in D8s. That happens sometimes, guys. It's real Dungeons and Dragons,
Yeah, we forgot to drink our V8.
So that injures it badly. It's kind of dragging itself away. Durek, are you going to attack one?
Certainly.
right.
+7.
Ooh.
That's clearly a hit.
+2 to damage. Come on. 6.
6. You did 3, and you had done a fair bit of damage to it before, but it is limping off the battlefield. And 3 men at arms. Kevin, go ahead and roll for one of them.
Well, I'm going to roll for myself too with the sling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You
that's
don't
okay.
get a +4. That's only on melee.
Yeah, that's fine. I get a +1 because of my dex.
Okay.
But 21's pretty good.
There you go.
Ooh.
Zing! All right.
All right,
So
for
sling.
sling, it's a bullet,
these-
so it's 2 to 7.
Nice.
And it's
Go
4.
ahead. Make my day. So a nice average roll. Pow. Let me see. I said there were 4 remaining. Yeah, there's 4 remaining. Roll a d4, Kevin,
All right.
since you're just kind of firing at them.
I hit number 3.
You hit number 3. Winolf, the one that you had damaged, there's just a nice meaty clunk, and it stumbles forward and tumbles as it drops dead to the ground. So now roll for your man at arms, striking at 1.
All right.
Okay.
I missed.
7, 13 total because of all the bonuses and the fact that it's in full retreat. And we said, yeah, that's not going to hit.
Hit.
So 2 more, and you roll these GPA.
Miss.
Miss.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
They just whiffed.
Yeah. Now the 2 injured guys, that was 3. Well, actually, he has to stand still, at least somewhat still, to receive the blessing of the cleric to restore some hit points. So roll that D8 and give him some hit points back, if you would, TK.
Yep. Ooh.
Nice.
All right.
All right. He's up and going.
All those extra
guys
hit
kinda
points
hear
just
this.
go psst and
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, they just pop out the top of his head.
Bing.
All right, so he is back up on his feet. He turns around and takes a knee and says, "Thank you, Father. Thank you." And is quite glad to be alive.
You're
So-
so lucky I resisted that joke.
I appreciate it. What are you thankful for? That I didn't take a demon tonight.
God.
All right.
Yeah.
So, the fiver was already decent. TK, I appreciated that. All right. There are no further encounters in the wilderness. The next 3 days back to Barnacus are blissfully quiet. No 1 to 7 wyverns, no 3 to 24 hill giants, no family of huge ancient red dragons you didn't realize that there was a lair on the way to Barnacus and stumble into. You just make it home.
Excellent.
Let's see. And let me look, because it's important that we note the time, because no campaign can be properly conducted without accurately keeping track of time.
You need to say that in all capitals if you're quoting the book.
Well, that part's not wait, is that part in all caps?
Oh, that, yes. No campaign can be
Yeah.
all capitals. No bolding. in that.
Meaningful play cannot be conducted without accurately tracking time. I know Gary put the word meaningful in there. Let me see. I want to give you guys the accurate day.
It's Black Friday. We have been
It
trampled
is.
by a stampede of shoppers.
If it's
It
Black
is
Friday, maybe we
the-
could get discount on the on spells.
Yeah,
Friends
that's
of
true.
Waffle House, please.
There you
It
go.
Is the 27th of Ready Reet, late autumn, the common year 576 in the world of Greyhawk, when laden with treasure, heaped with glory and stories of battle, you return to the city of Barnacus, where you will discuss with your agent your recent findings at the Slavers' Stockade. But you have a small matter to tend to, and that is the reagency of Malf to see if he can possibly be brought back from stone to flesh. Although with a dwarf, who can really tell?
Yeah.
So how will you go about this? How will you proceed to have Malf brought back?
Right. So I think the idea is to first visit the Temple to Philtis, which, we've made acquaintance with, and see if they have any recommendations. We're sitting around with somewhere around, without liquidating various minor and sundry, we're sitting around with around 21,000 in gold pieces. On the other hand, it's entirely up to the group and to Mouth and whatever, whether or not even spending the money that way is the appropriate choice, provided that we can.
And we have a scroll of flesh to stone, right?
Yes, you do.
Oh yeah, we
But we were to high.
Stone to flesh. He's already
Yeah.
stoned.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We
I
shouldn't-
was
we
about to say it
shouldn't
one way,
do
and then I'm like,
that.
no, it's the other way, and that got it wrong.
Yeah.
But
Right.
we weren't we were worried that we weren't high enough level. Maybe we could, like, say, hey,
Right.
priest, here's a bag of cash. Could you read this for us, please?
Yeah, indeed.
Or mage,
Yeah, I mean-
right?
Right.
No, it is a cleric's scroll.
Yeah.
It is a clerk school. Then why was I trying to cast it?
Oh well, okay. Maybe it was a magic user spell.
Because you're silly, Kevin.
It's flesh, stone to flesh, right?
I'm sorry,
I think
stone
that
to flesh.
is.
It is magic user.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. Well, there are a couple of magic users in the city of Barnacus that you can consult with. Phileas, actually, Olas Phileas is his name. He asks if yes, quite fascinating. Are you sure you don't just want him as an ugly bit of statuary? Scare off the too curious?
He's been really annoying as a statue, just sitting there looking at us all day.
Oh yes,
Maybe
the
more
eyes
annoying
do.
as a statue.
The eyes do tend to follow one around the room. I can see that. Still, with all the little spiky bits on his armor, he's make a nice hat rack. But at any rate,
He already makes that, and he already does all those negative things while being in the flesh.
I offer you this bargain, adventurers. Allow me to take the scroll and scribe it in my book of spells, and I will consider that an adequate exchange to cast the spell upon your friend and return him to flesh.
Done.
Okay.
One condition that later, should I be high enough level to learn it, that you will teach it to me as well. Fair enough? Should I survive that long?
Should
nudge, nudge, say no more.
Yeah. Should you survive that long, I think that is a perfectly acceptable thing to attempt.
Turns out this old magic user has a bunch of assassins. He makes this deal all the time.
Let me copy the scroll. Go kill them. I did the feeble old magic user thing. Just cast polymorph any object, and he just turns him into a flesh blob. Sorry, I didn't know stone to flesh. That was the best I could do. Suddenly it becomes I have no mouth and I must scream. All right. So
he is the blob.
He takes some time to go and scribe the spell.
Yep. I suppose when next we meet, we'll handle XP and all that kind of thing.
Just so.
Which won't be until what, New Year?
It will not be till the new year. We are taking a break. We are taking a bit of a break. Let me just make a quick die roll here. Oh, good. He didn't blow his hands off. All right. He cracks his knuckles, places his hands on the dwarf's head, and let me see. Make sure. Oh, yeah, you guys are also going to have to pay for any material components, which I think for stone to flesh. Nope, verbal somatic material. What are the material components?
Something to do with Medusa, I would hope.
A pinch of earth, a drop of blood, lime, and water are used for the reverse. Yeah, he holds up a pin. Who wants to help old Uncle Phileas?
Sure, it's my stuff. Why not? This way he can pull his own weight. Again.
Gives you a little jab. No, it doesn't do a hit point of damage.
That's fine.
You know.
I don't know. Medieval needles. If you've seen like what medieval surgeons' needles look like, oh my god, are they scary?
Yeah. Well, remember, we're doing that pseudo medieval thing, so you get stuff like proper pins. But anyway, so yeah, you get little. Well, in this case, it's like a little lancet from a porcupine quill. So he picks the drop of blood up and drips it on the dwarf, smears a pinch of earth, some lime and water. No, just a pinch of earth. Lime and water would turn him to stone. All right. Malf, you are not in the dungeon. You are not holding the Medusa's head in your hand. Your face is still kind of stuck in that stupid expression for a second as you realize, I shouldn't have done this. You're actually in a kind of a well-appointed looking little garden area. Your friends are all there, so you clearly weren't dragged there as a bit of statuary for heaven knows how long. There's a stooped back old fellow.
Did I do it again? How did I get here?
If I wasn't a non-violent androgynous other, I would beat you within an inch of your short little life.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sometimes when I get into my cups, I do things and I don't remember it. I'm Sorry for whatever I did. Thank you for bringing me here, though. Much better than the last time.
Vince was saying my old man wizard voice, I sounded a bit like Bane.
I don't know why I have this strange music in my head, and the name keeps coming to me. Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan. I don't even know who that is, but this song has been on loop in my head. Oh, but thank you. I feel much. Yes. Oh. I'm gonna sit down now. Oh, and here's your bag.
You should have had Twisted Sisters. I want to rock in your head.
You are all very strange and off-putting. Thank you for the spell. Please leave my garden now. He shuffles back into his cottage and slams the door. Somebody was saying, who was it? Vince was saying I sounded like Bane. You merely adopted the spell. I was born into it. I didn't turn my first statue into a person until I was a man. You must stay behind, brother. They must find one of us in the dungeon. The key to doing a good Bane is just do a Sean Connery, make him sound a little congested, and then pitch it up like 4 octaves.
Yep.
And drop the lisp.
That's Bane. That's
true.
And drop the lisp, yeah.
It's just a highly modified Sean Connery. Anyway, so that is where we're going to pause for the evening. Now, I want to say to all my players, please have an absolutely wonderful Thanksgiving holiday, whether you're just spending it with loved ones or maybe you're just taking a sabbatical to kind of recharge your batteries. Audience, likewise. Well, I'll see you guys again this week, audience folk. And we will return in the new year and pick this crazy adventure thread up where we left it. So thank you to all of my players for being here tonight. Everybody check out Doomsword's channel. He's got a video up there about why we use charts in AD&D. I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna spread that all over social media. So if you follow me on Twitter, if you're on the Discord or whatever, I'll share that around too. Of course, Kevin, thank you as always, my friend. Have a lovely holiday. D and Disability, everybody go check out his channel because it too is awesome and has a lot of fun stuff.
I have a video giving everybody a free encounter coming out this Friday. So if you need a pickup encounter, there you go.
Nice.
That sounds awesome. Mark, I hope you get your batteries recharged, my friend. Thank you very much for joining us. And of course, Graph Paper Architect, the architect of sound. We beat our heads against that for a full weekend this past year. I will see a couple of you on Friday. I will see the rest of you in the new year. As for you folks who stop by and just watch us engage in this contest of madness week in and week out, thank you all, as always, for tuning in. It was lovely to have you here. Y'all take care of yourselves. And remember, please, to leave a slice of pumpkin pie out because the owl bear would really appreciate it. Love you all. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show. I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to